The Mughal Empire's Fall, a tale of power and deceit. The rise and glory of the Mughals. The Mughal Empire, one of the most powerful and opulent empires in world history, ruled vast territories of the Indian subcontinent for over 3 centuries. Founded by Babur in 1526 after his victory over Ibrahim Lodi at the First Battle of Panipat, the empire reached its zenith under rulers like Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb. With their sophisticated administration, military prowess, and grand architectural achievements, the Mughals transformed India's socio-political and cultural landscape. Yet despite its grandeur, the empire that seemed invincible met a slow and tragic decline. Its fall was not due to a single event, but a series of miscalculations, betrayals, and power struggles that eventually led to its dissolution. This is the tale of how deceit, political intrigue, and external pressures unraveled the might of the Mughal Empire. Aurangzeb, the last great emperor or the catalyst for decline. Aurangzeb, r. 1658 to 1707, is often seen as the last powerful Mughal ruler, but his reign sowed the seeds of the empire's decline. Unlike his predecessors who embraced religious tolerance, Aurangzeb's strict Islamic policies alienated large sections of the population, particularly the Hindus and the Rajputs, who had previously been allies of the empire. Religious intolerance and rebellions. Aurangzeb imposed the jizya tax on non-Muslims, destroyed Hindu temples and marginalized the Rajputs and Marathas, leading to widespread rebellions. Maratha resistance. The most formidable resistance came from the Marathas under Shivaji, and later his successors. Aurangzeb spent decades in the Deccan trying to suppress the Marathas, exhausting the empire's resources. Administrative decay. The expansion of the empire beyond sustainable limits made governance increasingly difficult. Aurangzeb's over-centralization and lack of a clear succession plan created instability after his death. Succession wars. The empire torn apart from within. With Aurangzeb's death in 1707, a bloody struggle for the throne erupted among his sons. Unlike Akbar, who had carefully managed his succession, Aurangzeb's lack of a clear heir left the empire vulnerable. Bitter rivalries. Bahadur Shah I emerged victorious but ruled for only 5 years before his death led to further chaos. Weak successors. The subsequent emperors were weak, and often mere puppets controlled by powerful nobles, particularly the Sayyid brothers, who played kingmakers. Political infighting. Constant power struggles between factions weakened the central authority, leading to the rise of regional powers like the Nawabs of Bengal, Awadh, and Hyderabad. The rise of the British and other European powers. While the Mughals were embroiled in internal conflicts, European trading companies, particularly the British East India Company, were expanding their influence. Battle of Plassey, 1757. The British under Robert Clive defeated Siraj-ud-Dowlah, the Nawab of Bengal, marking the beginning of British political dominance in India. Economic exploitation. The British exploited the empire's wealth through unfair trade practices, weakening the Mughal economy. Divide and rule. The British masterfully played rival factions against each other, further destabilizing Mughal authority. The invasion of Nadir Shah, a fatal blow. In 1739, the Persian ruler Nadir Shah invaded India, delivering a crushing defeat to the Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah at the Battle of Karnal. Plundering of Delhi. Nadir Shah's forces massacred thousands in Delhi and looted immense wealth, including the famous Peacock Throne and Koh-i-Noor diamond. Symbolic decline. This invasion shattered the illusion of Mughal invincibility and exposed their military vulnerabilities. The rise of regional powers and the fragmentation of the empire. As the Mughal central authority weakened, regional rulers declared autonomy, leading to the fragmentation of the empire. Marathas. The Marathas expanded aggressively, capturing Mughal territories and even briefly controlling Delhi. Sikhs and Jats. Sikh and Jat uprisings further weakened Mughal influence, particularly in Punjab and northern India. Nawabs of Bengal, Awadh, and Hyderabad. These provincial governors established semi-independent states, further diminishing the Mughal emperor's power. The Last Mughal, Bahadur Shah Zafar and the 1857 Revolt. By the 19th century, the Mughals were mere figureheads controlled by the British. The final blow came with the Indian Revolt of 1857, also known as the First War of Independence. Bahadur Shah Zafar's role. As a symbolic leader of the rebellion, Zafar lacked real power but was declared the Emperor of India by the rebels. British suppression. The British crushed the rebellion with brutal force, executed many Mughal princes, and exiled Bahadur Shah Zafar to Rangoon, now Yangon, Myanmar. End of the empire. In 1858, the British formally ended the Mughal dynasty and took full control of India, establishing direct British rule. A legacy that lives on. The fall of the Mughal Empire was not an overnight event, but a slow decline caused by internal strife, political mismanagement, and external pressures. While the British played a crucial role in their final downfall, it was the Mughals' own administrative failures, infighting and inability to adapt that sealed their fate. Yet, despite its collapse, the Mughal legacy endures. The architectural marvels like the Taj Mahal, Red Fort, and Fatehpur Sikri stand as testaments to their grandeur. Their influence on Indian culture, language, cuisine, and art remains deeply embedded in the subcontinent's fabric. The Mughal Empire's fall is a cautionary tale of how power, when mismanaged, can crumble even the mightiest empires. It is a story of ambition, betrayal, and the relentless march of history, where once great rulers fade, but their legacies echo through time.